The presidential lecture series for 2023 was presented from the 6th to the 8th in partnership with the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and the Social School of Women and Gender Studies, Makerere University. The former Vice President of Gambia, who was the keynote speaker, said there is need to involve women in decision-making, peace and security.
By bringing people together, and the 3 days have reflected the reflections that we have been having with the youth, the young people and the elderly, is the fact that how can we move our Africa beyond our forefathers with the support of our different governments within the framework of the African Agenda 2063. And of course, notwithstanding, we are also looking at how to really move the women agenda, which is the UN Security Council Resolution 1325, which is talking about including women in decision-making, peace and security. We also talked about how to really increase investments in youth, because in order to fill the gap, the demographic dividends, on the fact that, and this is said on the premise, that youth constitute more than 70% of our population. They are a human capital that is needed, and since the African Agenda 2063 requires that the agenda be driven by Africans, we, the elders, cannot achieve it. It's you, the young people, who are going to continue where we come from.
She further said that they continue to encourage the youths to push for better job opportunities.
Of children, young people, continuing to learn. Education is a continuous process. Yes, academia is good, but also learn skills that will provide the opportunities in the private sector. Private sector is crucial, not everybody. Young people complain that government is not giving them jobs. No government can give you, African government can give you jobs. What they can do is to build the capacity, provide the enabling environment, and see how you can access opportunities like the African Continental Free Trade Agreement that has been adopted by our heads of states, African heads of state. Look at how you can create your own opportunities, create businesses, small businesses, entrepreneurship, and access those resources. What it requires is, of course, institutions must continue. You have to work with your institutions at the local level before you go to the continental level.
The youth champion of Africa called on the youth to keep pushing for better leadership positions.
Well, I think there are already so many bodies and organizations that are there for youth, whether it's the Youth Parliament, whether it's the East Africa Youth Caucus. So there's so many platforms and opportunities. But then what do we end up doing as young people? We want to form another one and another one and another one to feed our individual interests. And if we continue in that way, we're not going to be able to unite as Africans. We have the African Union, we have youth in the African Union. What we need to do as young people, for those who are already in those positions, we need to keep pushing them from behind, and we keep supporting them, and we keep encouraging them to hold up to the promises that they've made. Now that we already have young people in those positions as other young people, how can we encourage them? How can we hold them true to what they promised they will help us to do as young people? So if we become more as a democracy, and since we are democratic nations, if we become more in pushing those agendas, then I think the avenues have already been created. They're already there. We just need to fully take action within those different avenues that have been presented. We need to fully participate. We need to fully engage.
The presidential lecture series is an annual event that exposes students and the broader community to inspiring ideas, courageous leadership, and models of civic engagement and civic disclosure. It brings prominent speakers, great leaders, and thinkers across a wide variety of disciplines to Makerere University as a premier center of scholarly leadership for thought-provoking conversations. The aim of the lecture series is to encourage cross-generational dialogues that mentor present and future leaders for effective and accountable leadership. Anselm Ojaru, live at 8.